Hey crypto fans, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today guys, I'm going to talk about 3 simple methods that you can use to simply find valuable NFTs. So guys, if you're new to the channel and you think you might enjoy the content that I create in the future, then go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up because it helps me out and why not, right? So guys, nobody wants junk NFTs, right? I mean, that's just the general gist of things, right? Nobody wants to buy crap, right? So stop buying junk. It's as simple as that. So guys, I'm going to be teaching you today, or I'm going to give you my opinion actually, of a couple different ways that you can go into being able to find, NFTs that are actually going to be valuable. And this is going to work for both these strategies. They're not really strategies, but these tips are really going to help people who are simply either, whether you're day trading on a daily basis or trying to trade on a daily basis, or you're trying to flip NFTs regularly or something like that. And it's also going to work for people who want to just buy into an NFT project and hold it for the long term and hope that they can make a good return on their investment in the long term. So guys, we're going to talk about how NFTs are, there's a lot of things about NFTs that people don't realize from the surface, okay? Now, guys, here's the thing. NFTs are a lot like altcoins in cryptocurrency, okay? I mean, they're a lot like altcoins. They really are. I mean, with altcoins, we've got our most popular coins at the top, and we got our least popular ones, toward, the further down the list that you go. Obviously, I mean, by market cap, obviously the most popular ones are going to be at the top, and the least popular ones are going to be at the bottom. I mean, market cap levels, they do not lie. And that's, got a lot to do with popularity and whatnot. So as you guys can see here, Bitcoin is going to be like your CryptoPunks, or, in the NFT world, Bitcoin and Ethereum are like your CryptoPunks and your Bored Ape Yacht Club and stuff like that, okay? But when you start going into, NFTs that are, all the way down the list, we're going to go to page 101, rankings of 10,000 and above, some random crypto project called Meta Royale and Perfect Network and Coronado and Shiba Inu. I mean, come on, guys. These are projects like your typical. These are like your NFT projects that nobody has ever heard of, right? You don't want to be buying into these coins because nobody's ever heard of them, and there's really not that big of a deal. I mean, nobody's really heard of them. Who's going to be buying them, right? And that's the same exact thing with NFTs, you guys. It works. It's the same exact concept, okay? So the real thing that I want to talk about here, you guys, is you want to be able to find projects that are popular, that people are actually buying, and projects that people are actually, projects that people actually want. Instead of buying hype, you don't want to be buying hype type of NFT projects, which are brand new NFT collections that are pretty much, the ones that have been freshly minted and stuff like that. Because realistically here, you guys, the new projects that nobody knows much about whatsoever, I mean, those projects, the likelihood of them doing well is very slim to none. And this is why it's safe. It's better to be safe rather than sorry with NFTs. And that's why a lot of people choose to end up buying, buying, the NFTs that are popular because people want them and they can turn them and they're able to make a profit on them in the future, you guys. So I'm going to be just talking about, I know you can get NFTs pretty much everywhere on all kinds of different blockchains, but I'm really only going to be talking about Ethereum here and Solana because, they're pretty much the top 2 that are, are the most popular, over on an overall broad scale. And, it's easier to show examples with both of these. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is the very first method, or the very first thing I want to show you guys today, or the very first tip I want to show you is, you want to look for projects with a decent number of all-time sales, okay? And what I'm talking about here is, I'm here on Rarity Tools, okay? This is a, pretty much a statistical data type website for Ethereum-based NFTs. And as we can see here, they've got all the different types of collections that are within the Ethereum ecosystem for NFTs and whatnot. And you can see an all-time sales ticker as well. It tells you all the all-time sales. Okay, guys? So if you are a long-term investor and you want to buy into an NFT project that you could potentially turn and flip into a profit in the long term, then you want to be buying projects like this that people actually want and people are actually paying for on a long-time basis and that are continuing to get sales today, okay? You don't want to be screwing with projects that aren't getting sales, okay? You're never going to be able to sell it, and you're going to be stuck into that project for the long term, and you're going to end up being upset with yourself, and it's going to end up you're going to end up losing money. That's the general gist of things. You're going to end up losing money here, you guys. So as you guys can see here, Atom Bomb Squad, for instance, 37,188 sales all time. I would, without even looking at the project, I would personally trust this project and I would personally buy into it just because of that number alone. This number alone tells me it's a very popular project. It's been popular ever since it was added to the list, and people are still continuing to buy it on a regular basis. Now, obviously, if we go to something like OpenSea, which is, Ethereum's top, Ethereum's top NFT marketplace, we're going to go ahead and we're going to search for this, okay? So we're going to search for Atom Bomb Squad. Atom Bomb Squad. I don't even know if it's in here. I've never even looked at this project before, obviously. So we've got Atom Bomb Squad. Yes, it is on here. As we can see, you guys, their collection on here, as we can clearly see, you guys, the volume trade is 20,000 Ethereum. Floor price, it's really not that high. Pretty much anybody can still afford these. And, there's 8,600 owners. Let's see some activity. As we can see here, you guys, the price has declined overall for the long term, but they are still being bought regularly. As you guys can see here, there was, a sale 5 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, a bunch 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago. There's a bunch of sales within just the last 24 hours alone, you guys. So these are still being sold on a regular basis, you guys. All right? So I would have no problem buying into a project like this. It is a popular project. This is the type of project that you want to be buying into, okay, you guys? Now, I want to show you an example of a project, the type of project that you should not be buying into, okay? So this is brand new, this is, an old project. Obviously, it's a legit project and people are still buying it. We already talked about that. That's the type of project you want to buy. Or, Pudgy Penguins. Everybody's heard of Pudgy Penguins. Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Alien Friends, 24PX, Cool Cats NFTs. All of these are very popular projects. These are the types of projects you want to buy in if you want to be able to potentially, have the best possible chance for a return on your investment in the long term, you guys. It's as simple as that. You don't want to be going with brand new projects or simple brand new projects. You might be able to, you might be able to get a profit from a brand new project in the very, very short term. You might be able to flip a profit if you get lucky. But here's the thing, you guys, there's a lot of risk involved in doing that. And the world I come from, I've failed a lot of times in various different markets, and I've learned a lot from, all these failures. And the one thing I can tell you is you do not want to be taking on unnecessary risk if you do not have to. And this is one of those scenarios, you guys, if you are taught correctly and if you do things the proper way, you will not be losing money. And so I'm basically trying to teach you guys to not make the same mistakes that I did early on, pretty much, which is buying into newly minted NFT projects. Because here's what happens, you guys. That newly minted NFT project, let's say it's on Solana, you buy it for 1 SOL, and within a matter of 7 days or a week, that project is it's plummeted down. Everybody knows how this works, you guys. It plummets down, and that project is now selling for the floor of that project is now 0.1 SOL, but it was selling, a week ago for 1 SOL. So realistically here, you guys, it's just not worth it to be messing with the brand new projects until they've grown some maturity and they've grown a decent, good-sized following, and you can clearly see that people are buying them and they are popular projects, you guys. Another tool I like to use here is icy.tools. It's the same thing again. I believe it's only just Ethereum-based projects. But as we can see here, I'm on the 1-day time frame, and the one thing I'm looking at here, you guys, is I'm looking at the sales. I want to see the sales, okay? So obviously we can see here, the project called Other Deed for Other Side, 9,000 sales in the last day, you guys. This must be a newer project, and they've had a lot of sales just recently. That makes sense. So clearly, realistically, you guys, a project like this, I would not trust because it's the very first day that it's been on the market, I believe. Now, if I go to 30 days, see projects in the last 30 days, which is where you really want to be getting your information from. So if we go to sales again, obviously we can see here within the last 30 days, People have been buying, ENS domains from Ethereum name service. People are buying What the Punks. They're buying Mirror Passes V2. People are buying a lot of these, bigger projects. Mutant API Club, that is a huge project. I mean, look, 18 18 sales. People are definitely still buying these. Yeah, they're more expensive, but people are still buying them, and they will be for the long term because they are popular projects, you guys. It's just as simple as that. You want to buy popularity. That is where your money is. Your money is going to be in the popularity, you guys. Here we are again, last 30 days on OpenSea. Volume, the most volume. Moonbirds had the most volume. Your big projects like Mutant API Club, Board API Club, Azuki, all of these different projects, you guys. You can clearly see in the numbers alone. Now we'll move on to Solana NFTs. Here's another good, perfect example, you guys. All right. There's a random project a long time ago, back in September, that came out called SOL Lions, okay? And I specifically remember this project because this was one of my mistakes, okay? I bought when they minted, okay? And they minted for quite a bit. I'm not even going to mention it because I'm quite embarrassed about it still. But I bought when they minted, and they are now selling for 0.05 SOL, okay? And the mint price was definitely above. I'll just tell you this. The mint price was definitely above, 0.7 SOL, okay? So that's taken quite the dump. I mean, it really has. And as we can see here, you guys, the sales on it, this is what I'm talking about. The sales on it, the last sale for SOL lines was last week. Last week had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sales in a matter of 7 days last week. That is absolutely terrible. These are not the types of projects you want to buy into, you guys. Like I was just saying, you want to buy into the popular projects. Those are what are selling. So a project like, here we are on Magic Eden, which is one of the most popular, highest volume of NFT marketplaces in, the Solana ecosystem. And here we've got, some of the more popular collections, the Orcs, Lavish Lions. We're just going to click on some Lavish Lions for a minute, and we are going to go to activity, and we're going to go ahead and check and see what they've got going on. So as we can see here, you guys, they've got sales. Look at all these sales just in the last few hours. I mean, the amount of sales that the SOL lines had in 1 week, this same project had those same amount of sales within 1 day. So that is what I'm talking about here, you guys. You want to pick projects that are active and projects that people are buying into on a regular basis. As you can see here, you can see the same thing with DGOTS. Obviously, yeah, the floor is 258 SOL. Most people in the middle class are not going to be able to afford this, but this isn't for, this video is about everybody, not just people in the middle class. As we can see here, you guys, this is again one of those projects. If you bought in, obviously the project came out back here, but even if you bought here, you'd still be able to make money because this project has been continually going upwards for a long time now because people are interested in it and people want it for the long term, you guys. And as we can see here, the numbers say it for themselves. We've got all these sales just within the last 24 hours, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So people are still buying these on a daily basis, on a regular basis, you guys. So this just goes to show, again, it just further, it just makes my claim even more legitimate, the more we look into it. So realistically here, you guys, the general gist of things that you want to look at here is you want to make sure that these projects are popular projects that are still being bought on a regular basis and projects that have a good number of sales on a regular basis, you guys. Stay away from the brand new projects that have a ton of hype, okay? I'm serious. Just stay away from them. Only focus on, your overall investment goal. If your investment goal is to make money in the long term, then you want to be buying projects that are popular. That's the only way this is going to work out for you guys. But I feel like I did a pretty good job at explaining all the different tips that I wanted to explain to you guys. So overall, you guys, I feel like that pretty much does it for this video. So I will go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, guys, before you guys leave, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel and, so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my future videos.